Hello, everybody. This is Lizzie, Barnts Catalyst, and today I'm going to lead you through some of the basics of a soul contract chart, starting with this awesome visual. Awesome. Oh man, that was terrible. This awesome visual of how the chart addresses the energies of your life. So obviously you see we've got the spiritual and the physical. And they both have karma, talents, goals. And then the seventh category, because there's 1, 2, 3 categories under spiritual and 3 categories under physical. And then your seventh category is your soul destiny. And that's like the overarching reason that you're here. Sorry if my finger's in front. I'm actually like looking at the paper instead of looking at the screen, but I'm also learning how to do this, so bear with me. So those are the 7 aspects that the chart talks about. So there's the spiritual side of life, obviously, and then there's your physical side of life. So these energies work out differently depending whether they show up in your spiritual or your physical. And the soul destiny overarches everything else that's happening in your chart. So it works on both your spiritual side and your physical side. So let's talk about, real quick, we'll talk about it and then I'll show you on some charts. If your karma, which is like what you came here to learn, to overcome, it's like a class that you wanted to take, you need to get this figured out. So that's your karma. It doesn't matter whether it's physical or spiritual, it's a class that you are taking. So it feels like a burden because you don't know how to do it yet. But you're learning how to do it and you wanted to learn how to do it. So that's what your karma is about. Your talents are skills and talents that you came into this lifetime with all ready to go. Like maybe you took a class on whatever that was recently or many lifetimes or parallel lifetimes, whatever ago. So those are like aces in your pocket. And those are things that you can use to work on your karma. If the numbers in your spiritual or physical talents or karma are the same, this means that your talents are going to work on your karma excellently. Like you've already learned this and for some reason it's your karma again in this lifetime or your class you're taking, but you're going to ace the class because you've got the same energies here already as talents to overcome this karma. Kind of interesting. So let's talk about your goals. Your goals are what you want to do with the talents that you came in with, and also they relate to utilizing what you're learning in your karma class. And I know I'm just pointing at the spiritual side, but this goes for both sides of the chart. So your goals, you can't achieve them until or unless you do your karma, you take your class, you get those skills and talents, you turn them into skills and talents, the things in the karma category, and then you can move on with applying them to your goals. So that's how the chart works. And then your soul destiny just gives you extra awesome juice to apply to your journey with your physical and your spiritual karma and your goals. It's sort of like an extra talent pool in a way. Okay, so that is the first explanation. And now we're going to go to fun things. So this is actually a real chart from a real person and I always keep the names out of it because I wouldn't feel right putting the name up there. So this is a real person in the world right now, and this chart of his is so interesting. You can see this, how there's, in physical karma, there's this 13-4, and there's no other 13-4 in the chart. So that's kind of like, this guy's going to have to do that class. He's going to have to figure that out. But check this out, spiritual karma, 10-1. What's his soul destiny? 10-1. That's kind of cool, because the spiritual karma is going to be alleviated, at least partially, by the awesome sauce of a 10-1 in soul destiny. So that's kind of cool. And then it gets even better. Look at his talents. His talents are 6-6. And guess what else? His physical talents, his physical goals are 6-6. So that means that his talents that he came in with are going to help him achieve his goals, even if he's not doing so well in his class of 13-4, which he needs to do. Like that's what we chose. Like we want to get good at this. But even if he doesn't get super good at 13-4 and has to take that class again in another lifetime, or whatever we're going to call these lifetimes, he's still got this 6-6 energy down here, which totally helps him achieve his physical goals. That's kind of cool. And then we have the same story repeating here. The spiritual talents are 19-1, and boom, spiritual goals 19-1. So that's kind of cool. So even though the spiritual karma is a 10-1, not a 19-1, he's still got this awesome sauce to use on his spiritual goals. Isn't that cool? So this is actually a pretty great chart. This guy should be psyched because the 6-6 and the 6-6 are a boon, an asset to the physical side of his chart. And the 19-1, 19-1, same story. And this soul destiny is going to help with that spiritual karma, which means he's really only got like one class, one part of the chart that he's got to figure out, and that's his physical karma. So that's kind of a cool thing to look at. Now we're going to get rid of that. And I'm going to show you two charts. What's cool about these charts is this is the same name with one letter difference. So I think this might be, I think it's Mary Smith, but I can't remember which letter I changed. Anyhow, just I want people to know that one letter difference can make a huge change in the energies of your chart. So here's chart, we'll just call it number one spelling of the name. And here we have an 8-8, an 11-2 in the karmas. There's only two numbers here that are the same. In our talents, you've got 6-6 and 5-5. Neither of those talents match up with the karma. And then the goals, 6-6, 10-1 in the talents. But we've got a 10-1 in soul destiny that's helping out with those talents right there. So that's kind of cool. It'd be better if that was helping out a karmic aspect, but this person didn't get that. And then we've got the 5-5 in the goals and the 15-6 in the goals. So it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting chart how this one turned out. And then now let's look at, with one letter difference in this name, look how different this is. This is really different. So we've got, in the karmas, we've got double numbers, which means you can't avoid it. And it's in both karmas. That is some heavy, heavy stuff, my friends. One letter change in the name brings this in with the karmas being unavoidable. Like you're locked in. Like your entire focus of your life is to learn how to do the 5-5 energy. You can't really do anything until you fix that. So that's huge. The other chart, I mean, check it out. I'm going to put it back in front of you. We have an 8-8 in karma and an 11-2 in karma. So like right there, at least they're two different energies, and that this person may be able to solve one of them faster than the other or work on one before the other. But in this chart, not so much. It's like 5-5 all the way, baby, or you're not going anywhere. So we've got some talents here. They're not the same, but what are you going to do? That's the name. And then you've got your goals, and those aren't the same either. And the soul destiny isn't the same. So even though you've got these two numbers are the same, that is like the biggest double whammy you could ask for in your chart. It's intense. So that's, I just thought that was really interesting. And I did that just to show you guys how important it is to have the spelling of your name, because it can make a huge difference. You could be reading this chart, have one letter wrong in your name, and you'd be like, this doesn't really sound like me. And that can make such a huge difference, just like that. Okay, moving on, because I want to try to show you guys a whole bunch of stuff. And we're already, 6 minutes in? Oh my goodness, quickly, put another chart up. So this is a pretty cool view of a whole lot of double numbers. These are actual charts I did for people. So we've got A, B, C, and D. So in A, you can see there's 5-5 in physical karma and physical talents. Yay, that's a good thing. That means those talents are going to help get that person through their karma class. Then they've got physical goals of 6-6. Interesting. So they're looking at the energy of 5 and then immediately looking at the energy of 6. And then they've got spiritual karma 8-8, spiritual talents 4-4. Not the same, but not a bad combination. Spiritual goals 7-7 and soul destiny 8-8, which is the same as the spiritual karma. This soul destiny is going to help out the spiritual karma. And because they have 4 or more of the number 5 or the number 8, that's part of the word, which is like the voice of God telling you what to do. I make it sound ominous. It's actually awesome. So let's look at the chart B. So here we got like 7-7, 3-3, 3-3, 9-9, 8-8, 8-8, 11-2. Whoa! It's a lot of intense exploration of the 3-3 and the 8-8. And again, like in column A here, we've got some talents that alleviate the karma. That's not happening here, but the talents and the goals are the same, which means they're going to be able to use those talents to achieve their goals even if they don't get their karma figured out and don't pass that class. And then here in the last column, same thing, 7-7, 9-9, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, 3-3. Whoa, look at all that. It's a lot. It's a lot going on there. And none of it really, except for the soul destiny helping in the spiritual karma. Just interesting, super interesting, and a very narrow path. When you have a lot of double numbers, you cannot get away from the work of doing those numbers, doing those energies. It's meant to be an intense, focused journey. And then I guess we got D here, and I circled the similarities. So you could see there's an 18-9, and then there's 2 9-9s, and there's a 19-1. I circled those to show how much the number 9 shows up in this chart. Pretty wild. Like there's a 9 in the 19, there's a 9 there, 2 9s there, another 9 there, 2 9s there. Wow, 9 energy for this person. The 9 energy, super prevalent. Okay, so let's see. How much time do we have left? Because I want to show you, a couple of more things. It is not too bad, so let's keep going. Here is a really cool chart. It's a family unit. Hope you can see that. And I'm not even going to point with my finger because I don't want to get it in the way. Look at how the mom has these great similarities with her kids. Look at her physical talents, and kid B's got the 11-2 in the karma. So her talents are going to help her kid with his or her karma. Her 7-7 in goals, she shares that with the same kid, with kid B. And her physical goals in 7-7 are the same as kid C's physical karma. So again, she's able to help with a sort of talenty, positive thing. Goals are things you want to do. They can be like karma if you don't know how to do them yet. They can also be things that you have picked to do because you do know how to do them well. So if that's the case for this mom, then she's going to be able to help this kid with their physical karma. Let's see, what else? We got a 22 over here in spiritual talents, and then she's got in spiritual karma. So what's interesting is that this kid C, is going to help this mom with her spiritual karma. How cool is that? Two of them have, one mom and one kid have the 9-9. And you can see the kids, like, look at all the 7-7 in this chart. Look at all the 6-6 in the blue color in this chart, and the 11-2. Really cool. That's why I love it when people get composite charts, because you can really see how these energies run in the family and how you can help your family with their struggles, and how when maybe one of your children is trying to give you advice and maybe you have like a adulty power trip over that or something, and you're like, oh no, they can't know that. Look at the chart. What if this mom said you can't know that about her karma, her spiritual karma, and this kid C over here is trying to help her because that's that kid's exact talent? I don't know. I think it's obvious, right? Isn't that obvious how cool that is? Okay, let's do one more chart. Actually, here, I'm just going to throw this one up. This is a family chart. Golly, I hope you can see that. I got to check this before I post it. Again, color-coded. The 5-5 is kind of muddy looking, but that's what those are. Boop. Yeah, lots and lots of similarities in the chart. This is husband, wife, kid A, kid B, kid C. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm gonna actually throw one more chart up here, or two, so that you can see a few more, because you can always pause on this and just look at it and see how the energies line up. Here's another one. This is two different situations, a mom and a daughter over here. And this one's a mom and a daughter, and the mom's bestie, best friend. So again, pause it on this and check out all the similarities and see where the energies work for each other and support each other in these soul tribes. Then the last one I want to show you is, where is it? It's so cool. It is a light workers. Here it is. Sorry. Okay. Check it out. This is a wife, husband, and bestie chart right here. And then over here, I wanted you to see what three amazing light workers. These people are like, they're legit. They're out there. They're on the web. You might actually even know these people. They're kind of big deals. And look at the numbers in those charts. Look at the 11 twos. Look at the 13 fours. Those are like what we call in soul contract charts, they're like Christ energies. They're about helping. They're about service. They're about no personal agenda beyond helping the world. That's what those numbers are about in a nutshell. In another video, we'll go over like what some of these numbers mean. I just wanted you to see that because this is why I love this work. It's so fascinating to see these similarities, to see these energies, see how they show up in family groups or soul tribes, and see how there's similarities in people who do the same kind of life work. It's just absolutely incredible. Okay, this is now a long video, so I'm going to cut off, and I love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye!